Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's Senna the Crazy Geek Crafter, and I'm making a lantern for either candy or a LED candle, and it's part of the Team Tiny Halloween hop, which is a hashtag driven hop. So if you click on the hashtag in the title of this video, you'll see all the other projects. Now this project I did on my ScanNCut, but you can do this by hand if you want to. I made 4 of these lantern pieces. Now I did make a design error, which I will correct for the next one I make. I'm hoping to make a Christmas themed one also this year, maybe. But on your screen you see the one I made and cut out 4 of these lantern sides and then a piece for the bottom. But what I should have done is this one, where I could cut off any excess on the top and on the bottom, so I got better sides. I'll reinforce it in the video, you'll see. So let's jump into how you do this if you don't have a ScanNCut or don't know how to make this yourself. So you take grid paper, mine is in centimeters as always, and then I doodled around to find the measurements I wanted. It ended up being 7 centimeters wide on the bottom, 12 centimeters wide on the top, and 13 centimeters high. And if you're doing this in the ScanNCut program, you'll be working in millimeters. That's why I put that on top there for you. So I was trying to write it so you could actually read it, but I don't think it actually came across any better. But remember to center your 2 lines, and then when it was done, I made a border around at 1 centimeter. That's 10 millimeters. That was the width I wanted. It was easy to work with. And I'm just coloring in a bit so that I cut out the right parts here, and you easily can see what I'm trying to make. So I cut out the main structure of the lantern, and afterwards I'm going to show you how I did the, what do you call it, lattice? I think you would. I use a knife to cut out the insides. That's the way I prefer it. Some people cut a hole and do the scissor thing, but I'm more of a knife person. So now I just need 2 strips, long strips of the 1 centimeter width. And you would of course glue these to cardstock before cutting them out, so you had a template that was easy to use. Now I didn't make the gluing parts, what are they called? Flaps? I didn't make those on the template because that would be easier for you to draw by hand once you've traced these out on the cardstock you wanted. I'm just enforcing the score lines here from the machine to make sure they get nice crisp lines. And here's the bottom piece. It will of course need to be 7 by 7 centimeters. You could take off a millimeter for the inside, just a millimeter on each side, just to make it fit easier. I made 2 pieces, one for the inside and one for the outside, so I had a good sturdy bottom when I was finished. First we have to put vellum on the sides of the lantern, of course. And I didn't want to cut that on my ScanNCut. When I restick my mat, sometimes the residue comes onto the cardstock. I didn't want it on the vellum, so I just hand traced these out and cut them. Now while I'm cutting these out, I should maybe tell you a bit more about Team Tiny. It's a Facebook group of YouTube creators who have less than 1,000 subscribers, which means there'll be no commercials on any of the videos of this hop. That's a good thing for you, I guess. For us, it makes it harder to gain followers because we don't pop up as often, because we don't make any money for YouTube. So therefore we band together to try and expand our range. I hope you will hop along and watch what the other people have made on this hop. I will. I always love watching what other people do. It's both inspiring, but sometimes you can also learn something new. So I'm hoping for that, of course. So now I decided to put on the bottom first, and I would say that this is the easiest way to do it. And also I did contemplate making the sides out of 2 pieces of cardstock that was just already stuck together, you know. But this part would actually much easier with 4 sides than with 2. So I would say that 4 sides is the way to go for an easy assembly. Because here I can easily put everything on the bottom, then I know everything is lined up, and then put the sides up one at a time, where I would have to try and steer both gluing to the bottom and to the next side at the same time if I did the other way. I hope this makes just a tiny bit of sense to you. Maybe I'm just rambling. The basic shape is done. I was pretty happy with it. When looking at it, I thought that maybe it was wrong, but the more I look at it, the more right it seems. So here I'm gonna make some enforcement on the top rim, since if I'm gonna put candy in this, which was the plan for the party. I do a Halloween party every year, and I always make just about always make goodie bags for the guests. And this one was the thought I had this year, to make them a lantern and fill it with candy. Or something. Mostly candy, I think. But this year there won't be a party, so I'm just making this lantern for my window. I'm gonna put an LED candle in it, which I was also going to include in the goodie bag if I had been making them for my guests this year. But to carry the candy, I need a bit of reinforcement on the top of this piece. I don't think I mentioned it, but it was on the screen. This piece is made from 220 grams black cardstock. I could have gone heavier, but it's hard to find in color. That's easier to find in whites. Now here's the reinforcement of the corners I talked about. A few of them I had troubles with, and that's why I figured next time I will do the hinges. That's the word, hinges. Not flaps, hinges. I'll do the hinges differently, so that I can just cut off the excess on the top. So, back to the lantern. I'm almost done with enforcing the sides, and then I'm going to need a handle for this. And then it will actually be done. I am planning to make a lid at some point, but I think that'll be for the Christmas version. I'm still thinking about how to do it practically, so you can get in and turn the candle on and off easily. But yeah, it's a work in progress, as everything I make is. You can always expand and do more with your projects, right? If I was making this for my friends, I would quite probably have put bats on the sides of this. But I would call this project done. It holds candy, it holds the candle, and it's perfect for Halloween or for Christmas. So this is an all year round project almost. I hope you enjoyed this and that you'll hop along with the other Team Tiny members. And until next week, I hope you'll be having a good day, evening or night.